Hey everybody, it's Matt with Cykel Bike Shop, and I want to talk to you guys about a really cool new product that has just kind of hit the market very recently. And it's one that you probably wouldn't think a whole lot about, because why would you? But it's your valve, your tubeless valve for your bicycle. So this is a classic tubeless valve that you find on pretty much every bicycle. It retains the same Presta style valve as you're going to find on pretty much any of your bikes. And the Presta valve is great. It lets air in, it stops air, it does its job. But if you're a mountain biker, you probably have experienced the trying to get your tire set up tubeless and to get enough air to flow into there to pop the tire onto the rim can really be a hassle. And then also, if you've had tubeless sealant in your valve for a while, you'll probably notice that your valve actually gets clogged up a lot, and it's super common. Pretty much every tubeless sealant will eventually clog up your valves, and that makes it just really hard to add air in, makes it really hard to take air out when you need to do that. And there's now a new solution. So here we have the Fillmore Tubeless valves, and it's a totally different design. And so this is what they look like right here. And the Fillmore valve, what it did is, instead of having your traditional Presta valve where this top is removable, and this is what the top of your traditional one looks like, this is where all your air comes in. It has to pass through this little tiny gap in there, and then it opens up into the bigger chamber like that, which is great. But a lot of times you have to physically take that core out to add air in to get enough volume to pop your tires onto your rims. The Fillmore is designed to not have to remove that valve. Just put your air chuck on there and shoot air through, and it's just gushing air through. And then when you're done, it just stops itself. So the way they did that was they relocated the actual stopper to the bottom. And so there's now no longer a really tiny little hole here. It's just the big volume all the way through the bottom. And then on the very bottom of the valve is where your stopper is. So it's super cool. They have a pretty good diagram on the back where you have your old one, where you have this little tiny passageway that your air has to go through, and also your sealant then decides to come back up and clog that all off. So the new Fillmore, you've got large passageway on both sides. You're not going to physically be able to clog it, because as soon as you're done adding air into the bottom, it shuts it from down here. So sealant isn't physically coming through into this area any longer. So really cool. Not something you'd think about until you're out on the trail trying to put air into your tire. You're like, this stinks. I just cannot get enough volume in. And then when you have to pull that core out, you shoot air in, and then you got to stop it quick with your finger, and then try and get that core back in, and then pretty much 9 times out of 10 your core goes shooting off into the woods, and that's usually a problem because you don't have another core with you, and then you have to get your tube out of your backpack, and it's just a mess. So if you're looking for something cool, super hassle-free, the new Fillmore valve, we have them here in stock. They're fantastic. Could not more highly recommend this valve. So yeah, come in and check them out. That's what I've got for you. Thanks, guys.